Hi everyone, this is E, the empty nester. It looks like today is the day we've been waiting for a long time. It feels like, it's still winter, but it's time to plant the cold crop. And according to the lunar calendar, the first 2 days after the new moon, you really don't want to plant anything. They call it a barren time. And then the third day is the day things just start sprouting. So I've got some seeds that I'll show you that I planted on the 7th, and today they're just popping and sprouting and sprouting and sprouting. But let me go ahead and show you about the true potato seeds. They're actually a botanical seed. A lot of potatoes are not able to produce they can all produce flowers, or most can produce flowers, but not all potato plants can produce a berry that has seed in it that you can regrow the seed and create new varieties if you cross-pollinate. But I've got a number of seeds here today. I've had a number of people share their seeds with me, and I'm really thankful. And I don't have their permission to name their names, so you know who you are. Thank you so much. And I've bought some in the past. I grew some last year from Tom Wagner's collection. And then that's my chicken down on the floor if you're wondering what the noise is. Today we're just going to put the seeds in the containers, and I'll explain a little bit on how you do it. If the seeds were cleaned properly, there's a gel coating on the seeds from the berry itself, and it acts as a growth inhibitor, and that can prevent it from sprouting. But hopefully in the next few days, last year it was 3 to 5 days that all my seeds started sprouting. I'll bring you back with an update in the future on how it's going. But for now, we're just going to sprinkle some on top, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I also have a mystery seed that I'm growing in here. Yeah, I'm growing cookies. In a few days, I'll, maybe show you, or a week, when these guys sprout, I'll show you what my cookies look like. I put these, looks like it's time to start some of the cold crops. I've already taken some of the salad blend, it's an organic seed, and sprinkled it over the top of this window grow bag that I created. You can look in the corner. I'll put a link to the video, and down in the subject there'll be a link in the video of how I made it. And all I did was take some ribbon and sew around the top and make a little tie on it. It kind of has a face. If I would have cut like a tail on it, it could have been a kitty cat. And then I'm going to take some of the broccoli, the green sprouting broccoli, sprinkle it over the top too, and that way this bag can both be like microgreens, and I can pull out what I want to put in the garden this year and grow outside. Okay, here's a handful, and it's just sprinkled everywhere. And then I'll keep it spritzed with water, to keep the soil dry. Not dry, keep the soil wet. Look at there, there's a chicken crossing the road out there. I think we have a spy. He's like, what are you doing without me? Okay, now time to start the potato seeds. Through the magic of YouTube, it's 4 days later. I started these seeds on the 7th at nighttime, and according to the lunar calendar on the internet, it was a good day for lettuce, and a couple days before the new moon. And according to lunar planting, when the moon is new, everything's kind of neutral, and then as the moon starts to rise up to a full moon, water starts pulling up with gravity. And today is, you're not supposed to plant during the new moon or full moon. And a couple days later, which is today, the 11th of February, it's a good day to start planting the seeds. Last night there was only that one, and today, look at these guys, just popping up everywhere. That's a whole mess of them. But I'm using this grow bag kind of as a seed starter for broccoli. There's lettuce and a solid blend in here. And I'm going to put a couple carrots on each end. And every day, you know, you have to keep an eye on it. It depends on your humidity level, how much water. You know, some places, we've got electric heat, so the humidity is zapped right now, even though we're a humid climate. So a couple times a day, I'll come over and spritz the top to make sure that it's moist. And you can feel the bag needs to be watered deep. So I'll put it in another container and let it soak in some water and get some moisture back up into the grow bag itself. Started on the true potato seeds down here. Today is the best day to start planting them. And I've got a mixture of, down at the bottom, a couple inches down, there's Happy Frog, where there's Happy Frog with a good amount of perlite and peat moss in here in this mixture. This one's Happy Frog, and then say down to your knuckles is pure cocoa coir. And with true potato seeds, you want to have a very sterile soil. You want to have either cocoa coir or straight up peat moss, because the seeds will go into dropping syndrome. I made a mistake last year of using potting soil mix bought from the store, and 3 different brands were all bad. One of them actually contained chicken manure and created all kinds of fungus issues. Where this, I've got the soil moist in here. Down below you can feel more, it's wetter in there. With this tray, I'm using the grow bags that I made. It only took a few hours to make all these grow bags, but I'm gonna water deeply, and then, like with the plants up there, you know, keep the tops misted, and within probably 3 days the true potato seeds will start sprouting. All I'm gonna do is drop the seeds on top and use this like a 6-pack. I can actually, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if I were planting deep, and I'm just gonna drop them in that hole and not cover them up. I'm just using this for a pattern of where to drop them. You can actually just sprinkle them on top and, you know, later transplant them, because the true potato seeds don't have a lot of roots for a while. That one needs to be moisture. And by the time that these potato seeds do get enough roots, then they'll go deep down into the Happy Frog and potting soil, and it'll have plenty of nutrition down there to feed them. You want to make sure that these are under direct light in a couple days too, to make sure that the leaves get light as soon as they're sprouted, because they don't do very well if they don't have light, you know, keeping the leaves up and going in the beginning. So you want to get the light as close as you can, or have them right here in the window, and make sure that it's, you know, a sunny day. We have to tell the sun to shine in a few days. Here's a sneak preview too. The blue Hubbard that you saw me collect the seeds from. I sprouted the seeds that day, put them into a paper towel, and a couple days later the seeds sprouted. And there was mold on a couple of them, so I only kept one, the best one, and put it in some soil. And here it is from January 28th. The seed was harvested to January 11th. We've got our first true leaf growing on here. So it turns out it's a viable seed. The potatoes that I was starting, this one here, the potato, the hapless hobo was right. He showed me, or sent me to a link on a video where when you cut the potato in half, there's a chance of mold starting and decomposition, and that one's still got a sprout on it, and this one doesn't have a sprout quite yet, but it does have roots starting. This one here, I'm gonna more than likely just throw it away and give up on it. It's taking up space. And then this one here is started in sand, and it really started itself just sitting in there on the shelf. All these little sprouts came out on it, and I just put it in sand and added water to it. And I'm going to do another one where I put it in some Happy Frog and then cover it over with peat moss mixed with vermiculite or perlite. I can't remember which one's in it till I get the bag out. But I won't do that till probably March, sometime next month. These guys were all born starting at 3 a.m. Saturday into Sunday. If you'd like to know more about lunar gardening, I'll put a link to the video in the comments. With it being the new moon, gravity is low, so it's kind of a neutral time, and as the moon starts increasing in light, the pull on gravity on the earth starts pulling water up. So within 3 to 5 days, seeds should just go from planted to sprouted, because the water inside the seeds is just going to go and open the seed up. But that's enough for the explanation for now.